talk a little bit about some of the spring new fashion tips and trends. So I'd like to take a moment and introduce the owner of Cami Couture. Becky, thank you so much for being here today. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Cami Couture is a boutique in Altamont Springs where we have fashions, handbags, jewelry, accessories, great gift place for girlfriends. But we also do private parties and women's networking and all kinds of fun things. So it's really unique.
It is unique, and I want to take a moment and talk about it because I want to talk a little bit about some of your marketing strategies that you do and some of the, you do a lot of different things. You know, the whole concept of your business plan, like you're closed for a certain amount of days each week. Talk to us about what your business structure is and how they cater to clients.
Okay. So we're open Wednesday through Saturday of every week, and on Mondays and Tuesdays I do a lot of networking, a lot of meeting with women. We do fashion shows, we do all kinds of fun things like that. And you know, it's kind of evolved much more so than I had expected. I thought, okay, I'll open this boutique and we'll do fun with fashion, we'll do fashion shows and that kind of thing. And it's really evolved in a very rewarding way. I was telling you a little earlier, we're really hitting very vulnerable spaces with women, or we're touching them on a personal level.
I think that that's important. You know, one of the things that I can tell you, Jeff, can you put me on, please? One of the things that I can tell you is people confidence. We keep mentioning confidence, and that's why it's called the Confident Women Conference. You know, confidence is so vital and important to any woman's success and what they do, because it starts from within, and that inner confidence that you have from within not only spreads off to your customers, but it spreads off to your children. And when you feel vulnerable, when you don't feel comfortable with something, I think it's really important that you look in the inside and find that confidence, and that's the first key to running a successful business. But you also, your business model is different, where you really take the time to make people feel special and make them feel appreciative. And you do, tell us what you do with Facebook, for example. That to me is the smartest marketing idea I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, some of these things have just evolved organically. You know, one thing is, well, first of all, when I say couture, I'm using it in the most casual sense, right? I'm not talking ball gowns and cocktail dresses all the time. I'm talking jeans, shorts, cute tops, you name it. And my saying is, you know, they're just clothes on a rack until they find the woman they were meant for, and then they become couture, you know, and I get just as excited as they do when they find that perfect outfit. So we have them pose in front of this mirror, they just love it, and I put their photo on Facebook. And I tag them, and that's the important thing, is I tag them. And what happens from there is that all their friends will go on there and tell them how fantastic they look. And they really do feel fabulous. And the next time I see them, all they can talk about is what a special day that was and how fantastic they felt. And the bonus for me is every time they put on that outfit, they think about the experience and they really feel good about themselves.
You know, I think, excuse me, I think that's great. And one of the things that you've done there is you, A, have gotten all their information and gotten them excited about liking you and being on your social media page, but B, you've advertised your business to all their friends, their family members, the people that are going to say, hey, you look great, you know, in that new outfit. So brilliant, brilliant marketing idea. Now, I know you have a lot of things that you want to share with us today, so why don't you start by telling me a few of the hot new trends that are out this spring?
Okay, well, I wanted to bring a little bit of spring into your studio today, so I'm wearing, you know, a poppy, beautiful dress that we have with a lot of colors, but I wanted to start with my jacket, because the #1 comment that I get from my clients is, I don't want to show my arms. A lot of women feel that way. So we have these great little cover-ups, and the great part about this is that ruffles are really in, and you just get this little bit of a waterfall ruffle on the cover, and they come in a lot of different colors. This is a great way to wear a tank, you know, whether it's a shirt or a dress, and it just takes care of that problem. I'm going to slip this off real quick. Hopefully I don't knock over my microphones. The other thing is that with women that don't want to show their arms, this is a great trend too. These dresses that have the cold shoulder slits in them, so you still get the trendy look of your top or dress, but at the same time your you know, problem areas, if you have them in your arms, they're still covered, so the women have that security too. So this is a really great trend that's coming out.
I love that. I love that. Do you have any other cool tips that you want to share with us today?
Yes, I think you're going to show a few of the spring fashions. The first one is it's going to be a mint lace top. Now lace is really big this year. You know, crochet was big big last year, which is also going into this year. But you're going to see more lace in all kinds of different colors. And this particular one is really dressing up a pair of jeans.
Now, your pricing is very affordable, is that correct?
Yes, we're known as the Affordable and Adorable Boutique.
Okay.
So everything is under $100, and it's all from New York, Vegas, and LA, so you're not going to see these things all around town.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so let's show the next one. Black and white is going to be huge this year. You're going to see it in all different ways, in stripes, geometric shapes, polka dots, color block. And so this one is a beautiful white top with lace sleeves and a whole panel of lace in the back. The next one also is another version of black and white. This is floral. Floral is going to be huge this spring. You'll see it everywhere in all kinds of different colors as well.
That's beautiful. Go Shalane.
Yeah, Shalane and her guns. Her arms are beautiful. This obviously is a trend that never goes out of style, which is a black dress, little black dress. This one particularly is fantastic. It has a wood neckline, and this dress will not wrinkle. You can throw it in your purse. You can take it anywhere. You can actually have a day at the beach and then throw it on and go out to dinner. It's a fantastic dress. And these are palazzo pants. Palazzo pants are the newest trend. I bought another pair with me just to show you. They come in all kinds of fun colors. They're very wide leg. It's almost like really your permission to wear pajamas, you know, in a fashionable way. They're super comfortable. The key with palazzo pants is solid on top because the party's on the bottom. All right.
That's wonderful.
And then another trend is the stripes. So what I showed you here is more of a zebra stripe in multicolor, but you'll see stripes used in every which way. In fact, you're going to see tops and skirts and dresses with zigzag stripes, with diagonal, up and down, you know, horizontal, vertical, every which way in one design. I mean, they're really taking stripes to a new level. And these are just some of the girls posing at the shop. You know, we really try to build everybody's self-esteem. You know, everybody, no matter what they look like, they all have something fabulous about themselves. And we really help them see that. You know, they could be having a bad day, and darn it, before they leave, I'm going to get in there and let them find that part that they can really celebrate that day.
You know, everybody wears a sign that says, "Make me feel special." And that's just another example of how you do it. You make them feel special, and your customers are going to buy. And then your customers are going to thank you for it and remember that special feeling that they gave. And that's another reason or way that I think your marketing is brilliant. You know, you mentioned the special events that you do. Tell me, like, I think that's another marketing concept that most stores and businesses don't do. How do you fill your shop and get yourself new customers? Talk to me about that marketing logic.
Well, I do a lot of networking around town, so I meet people all the time, and my natural tendency is to be a connector. So both through recommendations, but also, hey, let's partner. We make a good team. And so it's easy to fill my calendar with all kinds of events. And in fact, I have one tomorrow, a psychic tea party. You know, I mean, who would have thought you'd go to a boutique and do that? But, you know, things just evolve, just the fun things. Sometimes it's about makeup, you know, sometimes it's about weight loss, you know, it's just things that are important and of interest to women.
And you get clients there, so you're filling your store. They're seeing something new because you are a small boutique, and like you said before, you don't have a whole lot of great signage, so that's how word of mouth continues to travel.
I'm telling you, the best marketing is recommendations, you know, because women will tell women, their friends, and then I literally have women come in the door and they say, okay, I'm here. My friend was here, tell me everything. You know, it's like a little secret, you know, the best kept secret, and I love that.
Now, you said something to me earlier when we were talking today about how you approach men, and I liked that marketing concept too in what you do. So if your demographic is women, not necessarily men, you do have to have something to talk to them about. You can't just go to them in a meeting and say, oh yeah, I'm not interested in talking to you or getting to know you, because that's going to be a negative vibe. So what did you create for that?
Absolutely. Well, men buy gifts for their sweethearts. So I noticed early on, every time I said the word boutique, they kind of glazed over. So I created this card that I have specifically for men, and it's called More Time for Beer. And I hand them the card, and it says, you know, when there's time to buy a gift for your sweetheart, come see me. I'll make it super easy for you, and you'll have more time for your buds and suds. And they love it.
That's wonderful. See, it's thinking out of the box. You know, how can you take your business and think out of the box? Which, by the way, today is your 1-year anniversary for your business. So congratulations for surviving the first year.
Thank you so much. And you probably don't even know this, but I actually did the WOAMTEC fashion show at the conference the very month I had opened.
I did not know that. I did not know that. And you rocked the house. You did a very good job.
Yeah, so it seems very fitting that I'm here today.
What has been the most challenging things that you have gone through in the past year? Like if there's a business owner that's watching that is new to business, was there ever a time when you had to say, okay, I'm not going to give up, I'm going to keep moving forward?
I think probably the thing to keep in mind is that you have to evolve to meet the needs of your clientele. So for me, I had a very unexpected, rewarding experience, which was really working on those relationships that Mark had mentioned earlier. You know, I thought, okay, I'll have a boutique, people come in, shop, find something fun and go, but it hasn't turned out that way at all. It's turned into much more of a relationship, like they come in and I'm their girlfriend immediately, and we start talking at a very deep level. They're sharing personal and vulnerable experiences with them, and before they leave, I'm trying to find something fabulous about them and something, you know, that they can take with them to feel good. And Mark was brilliant. In 2 seconds, he said, you're doing a marketplace ministry. And I thought, wow, that is so profound, because that's exactly how I feel. So I think I've had to evolve my model to fit that, because that's a need that these women are having. Before we can get to the next part, it's addressing them and what they're going through, and then we get to the fun of fashion.
Absolutely. Well, that's fun. Well, let's go back to the fun of fashion, because I know you brought a lot more gadgets,
Yeah.
and I'm still waiting to see how I'm going to get slimmer quicker. So tell me about some of the things you brought here today.
All right, so I'm going to start out with the Rhonda Shear Lace Slimmer. Okay, I think we have a picture of it, but I brought one as well. And this is the most comfortable slimmer you're ever going to see. It's basically like a Spanx, but in my opinion, a little bit more comfortable. It's beautiful. Soft. Yes, it's got this gorgeous lace. It has the stick waist as well as the stick leg, so they do not roll on you. The other great part of this is it goes all the way up to meet the top of your, or the bottom of your bra, so there's no rollover. That's and awesome. Everything's very tight in here. You know?
But not, it doesn't look like it would be as conforming, as uncomfortable as sometimes
it's not. You can wear this all day and it feels great. And so what I say is, you know, it's very tight, so there's no wiggle jiggle, and there's no muffin top, so there's no roly-polies, right? So everything is contained really nicely in this. It's great, great, and very comfortable. And then another really great find is this Rhonda Shear bra that has this really wide panel in the back. The wide panel allows for less back fat. You know, it's smooth, it gives a very smoothing look in the back. And I don't care how big you are or how small you are, everybody has a little bit of that going on. You know, and the front of it also has this little tank design, which is really nice. Another thing I wanted to show you is the bandeau. The bandeau bra, this is fantastic. This is made for women who have just a little bit too much cleavage going on, because a lot of the fashions do in fact go low cut. Right. And sometimes it's just not appropriate at work or at church. You just don't want to see all that all the time, you know. I mean, my theory is, you know, we want a view of the Grand Canyon. We don't want to walk through the Grand Canyon. You know? So we use these little bandeaus, and really all you see is that little triangle of this pretty lace. And it takes care of the problem immediately. And if you don't want the lace that day, you turn it over and you use the plain side. So this is just a godsend.
Do they come in different colors?
Tons of colors, yeah. Okay. So that's a lot of fun. Another thing that's a must-have, and these just look so crazy, but they are so popular. These were on the Oprah Winfrey Show as well as the Katie Couric Show. And these are called the Invisibelts and the Isabel. And basically it functions just like a belt. You put it on, and the beauty of it is it's not really meant to be seen. You wear it under your pants or under your jeans, and it keeps everything very flat, right where your buckle would be, because if you wear a belt with a buckle, you look bigger than you are. Right. And that's, nobody wants that. So this is perfect. This one's a little bit more pliable, but the same type of, and this comes in black too, so the ladies like that a lot. This is the Isabel, and we're giving one of these away today.
Yes, the first person that comes into your store is going to get one of those belts, right?
Yeah, yeah, I would love that. Just make sure they mention that they saw us on WOAMTEC Live.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, you're not done, I know, I'm excited.
No, this is the Fiesta Resistance. This is so amazing.
Go ahead and lift it up
okay.
a little bit more.
Okay, this is called Hot Girls Pearls, right? So these are for girls who are going through hot flashes. All right, they look gigantic, right? But when you touch them, they're frozen. They're ice cold. So basically, you put these in the freezer, and when you leave for the day, you put them in your little, your insulated bag, and put it in your lunchbox or carry it in your purse or whatever until you have your hot flash. Then you take them out and you put them on. They will last an hour ice cold around your neck. And then after that, put them back in the freezer. Now literally,
That's awesome.
Kathleen, I have girls coming in, they're buying these to golf. They're buying these to wear to their son's football games. I mean, they're just loving them because they just really help. My sister has thyroid problem. She's been having hot flashes for literally 20 years. She says this is the only thing that's ever helped her. Genius.
Genius idea. I love it. And they're not too big. We're divas. We can handle it. The bigger the accessory, the better you are.
Absolutely.
That's just how it is.
We're fighting flashes with fashion.
That's great. That's great. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a moment as a businesswoman that has overcome the first year, because what did you say a percentage of businesses that fail in the first year?
Yeah, what I heard today was 39% don't make it to their second year, and 49% don't make it to 5 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'll be praying for you.
Thank
and
you.
And get to the 5-year mark, you're off to a great start. But if you had any advice or recommendation to give another business owner that was watching today, what have you learned from this last year, and what advice would you give to them?
Oh my gosh, I've learned so much. I've learned so much. Probably the biggest thing is to stay true to your mission of your business, but be flexible enough to go where your clients need you to go. You know, that has been the biggest thing, because there's been so many surprises along the way for me. But that, and also networking, I absolutely cannot overstate how important it is to know people and to recommend people, and it does come back to you.
Absolutely. And you are part of WOAMTEC. You're one of our chapters. You're part of the Altamont Springs chapter?
Yeah, well, no, I just had to move over to Winter Park.
Okay, Winter Park, which is a great group and growing, which is exciting.
Yeah,
now, if you look back over the past year, because we all learn from our mistakes, what was the biggest mistake that you made?
Probably signage. I don't have any signage at my plaza, but that was, you know, part of my lease agreement or whatever. But that's the biggest thing I struggle with, honestly. Everything else, you know, I love meeting new people. I love meeting new women. I love going to WOAMTEC, you know, and that affords you the opportunity to really focus on women. And man, women are powerful.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I cannot tell you how many wonderful, amazing women I have met over the past year, and I still just enjoy it so much.
Forbes magazine just recently did a segment on women in business, and they specifically quoted that it was business women across America that were going to rebuild the economy. And I think that's awesome. I think it's great. So we're glad to have you part of it, and we're so thankful that you were on the show here today. I appreciate you very much.